Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Nicki and I am back with another video. If you're new here, hey, stay for a while. Don't forget to click that subscribe button on your way out. If you're feeling the vibe, click the subscribe. And of course, if you're a returning subscriber, as always, thank you so much for returning to my channel and tuning in to my videos. Quick little disclaimer before we get started, y'all. I am a little congested. I don't know what's going on, but your girl is stuffy, so I'm sorry if it sounds a little but we got to get this video up and going, y'all. I was supposed to record this video a while ago. Well, I don't want to say a while ago, but I did intend to record it like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I am officially in my second trimester, which leads me into announcing, yes y'all, I'm pregnant. Y'all, I'm getting so emotional just saying it. Like, this is crazy. I feel like me making this video and actually saying it on camera is like, it's real. This is real, girl. This ain't no joke. Your girl is pregnant. So of course this would be a video if I didn't make a couple notes. I do plan to do a second trimester as well as a third trimester video, so it was only right. So just try to keep up with your girl. This is so real. Like, this makes it so much more real for me. Honestly, I want to say that it hasn't really hit me, and I feel like it hasn't hit me more so because I don't have a bump quite yet. I get peeks through here and there, but I don't have that big old bump. I feel like your first pregnancy is just something that is so hard to accept. So in this video, I'll be giving you guys kind of like a backstory on how I found out I was pregnant, any symptoms that I've been having, as well as any tips to take with you during your first trimester for all of my other pregnant ladies out there. What else? I'm just gonna be giving out a tea. I'm back consistent on YouTube at this point, so it's kind of like flowing with the other videos. I disappeared for a while. This was kind of part of the reason. I'm not gonna say it was the reason in entirety, y'all. Honestly, I just needed a break. And then like during that break, I also found out that I was pregnant, so it like extended the break, if that makes sense. But by no means was I just hiding on social media and stuff like that. Like, I know a lot of women, they get pregnant and then they fall off the face of the earth just because they were pregnant. It wasn't all that. It wasn't that, y'all. This is gonna be my first time being a mom, so of course it's a lot of adjusting. It's a lot of things that I have to get in order before the baby gets here. But by no means was I hiding because of my pregnancy or anything like that, so I don't want y'all to get any ideas. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the video. Y'all, I'm gonna keep my notes right here just so that I don't miss anything. Like, this is very thorough, y'all. I've been jotting down every single thing that I wanted to tell y'all. Mind you, today I am 4 months. And I kind of don't want to get into that. I kind of want to save that for my second trimester video. But I am 4 months today, and that is about 16 weeks. So really, I got out of my first trimester about 3 to 4 weeks ago. So yeah, I wanted to get this video out sooner, but it's just, baby, we just rolling with life, okay? It's better late than never. So okay, April 11th, 2023 is when I found out that I was pregnant. I did record the experience, y'all. It was such a precious moment for me, so it wasn't something that I didn't want to document. You know, like, I wanted to record this moment to have to look back on. Also, during this time, I had a sty growing on my eye. I think it was my left eye, if I'm not mistaken. So my eye was literally swollen. I looked insane, okay? I looked crazy. So I just wanted to give y'all a warning, a heads up before I insert the video. But yeah. Alright, y'all, so I look kind of crazy because something is going on with my eye on this side, y'all. But I wanted to make sure that I recorded this whole process because this is scary, y'all. I'm so scared. At this point, I don't know when my period was supposed to come, because originally I thought I had a 25-day cycle. If you ever check your like period calculator online, you know they ask you how many days is your cycle. Normally it's 25 to 28 days. I thought mine was 25. And if it is 25, then my period was supposed to come on April 6th. Today's April 11th. But then I was like, okay, maybe it's a 28-day cycle. So I did the 28-day cycle, and it said that my period should have came on Sunday. Today is Tuesday, April 11th. So I'm just like, so this is a test that I went and got, y'all. Sorry if this isn't as clean of footage as y'all would like for it to be. I just wanted to make sure I got it on recording. So if y'all can't see me, I really don't care for y'all to see me. I just want to record this moment and just, you know, have it to look back on. I can't open the box, I'm so nervous. Okay, we got it open. So it's gonna either say pregnant or not pregnant. I had to pee earlier, y'all, and I know they say that it should really be a morning pee. So when I pee first thing in the morning, y'all, it's so ugly. When I pee first thing in the morning, I didn't think about peeing in a cup and saving it for when I got up. But when I peed my second time, I did, and when I peed my third time, I did. So I already have a cup of urine. Hopefully that doesn't deflect the test. I do have 3 though, just in case, so I can try one tomorrow morning too, just to make sure. But yeah, so I'm about to give it a try, y'all. My first test. Place the tip in your urine stream for 5 seconds. Replace cap and lay test flat. Smart countdown reassures. Clear digital result in words in 1 to 3 minutes. Early testing can be used validation during your missed period. Here it goes. Let me show y'all. So this is my pee. All right, I'm gonna cover, and it's going. I'm gonna lay it flat, and we're gonna come back. Whew. I'll come back, cause I look crazy, y'all. I don't know what's going on with my eye. Originally, I thought it was a sty, but I don't think it is, because I went to work yesterday and I was just thinking it was a sty, so I was like, I'm gonna treat it at home, and I'm still able to work. So I went in to work yesterday, and they were like, oh, have you ever used the black tea bags? Just put over your eye. I was like, no, I never heard of that. So I did that last night, and y'all, I woke up like it being 2 times worse. Anyways, I'm gonna come back on here when I get the results. I'm gonna check in like 2 minutes. Nah, y'all, I'm not gonna lie to you. As soon as I ended that last clip that y'all saw, I like opened the bathroom door and I peeped to see if it was still loading or if it said words. But I think I saw words, and I think it says pregnant, and I'm let me see. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. I'll keep you guys updated, but this is pretty much all that I'm going to record for today. Wow, can't believe I'm pregnant. I'll check in with you guys. I don't know, because I think I'm going to use this clip as an insert clip, but I'll talk to y'all next time. Hey y'all, so today is Wednesday, May 17th. Y'all, today is the day that I go to my very first appointment, the day that I see my baby, I hear my baby's heartbeat, y'all, and I'm super nervous. Y'all, I'm so emotional today. Today is not like, I don't want to say that it's a bad day for me, but I've literally been in my head since 2 a.m. this morning. 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I woke up crying, y'all. I was literally crying. I had woke my boyfriend up. Well, I was crying, so he woke up and he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I'm just so nervous. I don't know what they're gonna say at my appointment. And I just like have a habit of thinking of all of the things that could possibly go wrong, and it sucks. Like, it literally sucks being such a pessimistic thinker at times, y'all. And I'm so freaking nervous. Like, I don't know what to do. Oh my god. So my appointment is at 2 o'clock. It's currently 11:56. Y'all, I had a dentist appointment before my first, 8 weeks, so it's actually kind of like a 9-week appointment. Anyway, I had scheduled my dentist appointment right before that appointment, that way I'm able to knock out all of the things that I have to do. I had to take off of work, so you already know how that go. But I went to my dentist appointment. Y'all, got all the way here just for them to tell me that they cannot see me, they cannot clean my teeth because I'm pregnant. I literally have never heard of that before. I literally have never heard of that before. I don't know if it's something new. I called my mom and I was like, yo, like, they saying that they cannot see me, they can't clean my teeth because I'm pregnant. And I'm just, it didn't make sense to me. But we move. I'm just gonna go to my parents' house because they actually live
not too far from here. That's the thing, y'all know, if you've been watching me, I live about an hour away from my parents. So I drove 45-50 minutes all the way to this dentist office just for them to tell me that they can't see me. They can't help you, girl. They can't clean my teeth. My teeth just ain't gonna be clean today. So I'm about to head to my parents' house just to kill some time. My appointment is not until 2 o'clock. My mom is coming and my boyfriend, of course, will be there. So I will have all of the support that I need. I'm just hoping for really good news, because I'm just super nervous, y'all. I'm super freaking nervous. I don't know what I'm scared about. I think it's more so because, and I'll probably get into it more in this video that I plan on inserting this clip into, but I haven't really had too many symptoms, like outside of having to pee all the time, maybe mood swings here and there, and then just feeling hungry every 2 hours. I literally have not really felt much, if that makes sense. Like, I always hear about pregnant women having nausea and stuff like that. I haven't felt nauseous at all. Okay, I'm not gonna say I haven't felt nauseous at all. I do typically feel nauseous when I eat, like as I'm eating, but I haven't thrown up or anything of that sort. And it's just like, given, am I really pregnant, y'all? Like, I can't believe it, okay? I cannot believe it, and I won't believe it until I see this baby on the screen. But I'm so excited, y'all. I'm super excited. I know, I already know I'm gonna be crying at this appointment, y'all. I'm gonna be so emotional because your girl is a water sign and I'm just emotional, okay? And this is like something, I don't want to say it's something that I've dreamed of. I feel like that's kind of weird to say, but I've always seen myself to be a good mother, or like great at motherhood when my chance came around, you know? So it's my turn to shine, baby, and we finna So if you've been watching me, I do have 2 older sisters, and we've actually, all 3 of us, well, I don't want to say we were pregnant at the same time, because my older sister, her baby is 2 months old, and then the second oldest, she is actually due to be induced today, I believe. She's being induced today, or they're doing something to where the baby is probably gonna come today. And then I'm also pregnant, so I just feel like that's so cool. And that's kind of like the beauty of having a big family, if that makes sense, or having multiple siblings, is that you got a lot of grandchildren on the way at once, or you got a lot of children, a lot of births happening, okay? So it's finally my turn. My oldest sister, she has a girl and a boy now. My second oldest sister has 2 boys, and it's a girl on the way. And then I'm pregnant with my very first child, y'all. Oh my God. I really think it's gonna be a boy, just because I haven't really had any nausea. And you know, they always say if you haven't had any nausea or like throwing up, that you're gonna have a boy. But that could be wrong. So I'm gonna pay attention to this heartbeat today, because you know the old folks say if the heartbeat is below 140, I think it is, it's a boy, and if it's above 140, then it's a girl. So we're gonna see if the old tales are right. That's really all we have to go off of until we get this gender, which I don't think will be until August or September. Y'all, today is May 17th. So we got a while to go. I feel like I waited forever for this appointment to come around. So your girl ain't gonna even your girl just gonna be living. I'm not gonna do any countdown to August or anything. August will get here when it gets here. And actually no rush, because your girl got a lot of preparing to do and everything. And honestly, this ain't a vlog. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the clip here. I'll probably record, most likely, when I get to my first appointment, record the little ultrasound, the heartbeat, if they let me. But yeah, I'm super excited, y'all. I will see y'all at the appointment, okay? Hey y'all, so I'm back from my appointment. I got my pictures. Y'all, oh my God. I was literally bawling my eyes out. Like, as soon as she put the baby on the screen, I was crying, okay? And then she had to like make it even worse and play the heartbeat, and it was just the cutest thing ever. Oh my God, so freaking excited. I'm glad to know that everything is okay, because I was like worried because I ain't had no appointment. Like, they just gotta do better. Why do we have to wait 8 whole weeks before we can be seen? I don't understand. I feel like that's like 8 weeks of anxiety. Like, we don't know what's going on. We just supposed to hope that everything is going well. But she did say that everything was perfect. The baby's on track as far as growth. The little heartbeat, and it was like moving a little bit, like wiggling. Y'all, it's so crazy to me Now, I am a science type of girl. Like, I love to figure out, or I love to study how things come about, if that makes sense. If you know, you know. Shout out to my people that's the same way. It's crazy how they literally start off as like a tadpole. Like a little freaking tadpole. It doesn't even look like a human. Like, the head is super big. It barely has any arms. It has like a little tail. Like, and to think that that tail is no longer there once they're here, that's mind-blowing to me. Like, I don't know, y'all. I've always been a science type of girl, so it's just interesting to me. But I'm back home. Like I said, I just wanted to come give y'all a little update after my appointment. They didn't really let me record at all during my appointment. Like, they literally had a little sign up that said no recording, but you know how your girl do. I did snap a little something, so y'all probably have already seen that. It wasn't too much, but I did want to just get something, okay? Yeah, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and let the video go back to normal if I think this is how I'm gonna do it. But yeah, your girl is tired, okay? I've been out all day and I just want to get in my bed and relax for a little bit. I do have some other stuff to do, but I want to relax and just take in the moment, y'all. Like, my emotions are just everywhere. Then I had to get blood work and it was a whole lot of child. So I'm finna get in my bed and relax a little bit. The baby will be due December 17th, so I'm gonna have me a little Sagittarius. Normally when I get styes here and there, I'm able to put like some ointment on it and it'll go away in like 1 to 2 days, but this one just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I just had to go to the doctor to see what was up. The very same day that I went to the doctor was the same day that I took my pregnancy test. I took my pregnancy test before I went to the doctor, so I was able to confirm that I was pregnant before, like a couple hours before I went to the doctor. However, up until then, I had no idea I was pregnant. I don't want to say I didn't have a clue at all, but I was just thinking that my cycle was running a little late. It could be possible, but I'm not 100% sure. When I took my pregnancy test and I confirmed that I was pregnant, and then I went to my doctor's appointment a few hours later, like, everything just came full circle. Basically, the doctor told me that, like, this thigh is inflamed, severely inflamed, because your body is under a lot of stress. Your body is basically doing something that it's never done before, and that's creating life. Now, I don't know how true that is. Like, I don't know the correlation between the two, but that is what the doctor told me, and I was like, oh wow, like, it makes so much more sense. Not to mention, my cycle is never like really late, like late how it was late at this, or how I thought it was late at this point in time. Y'all, I was literally so in shock. Like, don't get me wrong, my boyfriend and I definitely had an idea once we realized that my cycle wasn't coming, but it was just like, it's just such an unrealistic thing. Like, it's my turn. Like, I'm pregnant, I'm having a baby, I'm a mom. Be for real. And it's like so funny to me because at that point, I think I hadn't posted on Instagram since like January 11th. I hadn't posted since January 11th, and then I posted one picture when we went on vacation in March, and then after that I disappeared again, and now it's April and I'm taking a pregnancy test. And because I am typically consistent on Instagram, y'all, I just love taking pictures. Like, I'm always posting, right? So I was already getting so many DMs like, girl, are you pregnant? Where you been? Why are you not posting on YouTube? Why are you not posting on Instagram? Like, what's going on? And it was so many people making assumptions that I was pregnant. And like, at the time of them asking me was I pregnant, I was not pregnant. Like, January I was not pregnant, February I was not pregnant. Now March, we got to talk about, y'all. Literally, if you watch my life update video or my life lately video that I posted a couple of videos back, I just called you guys up and let you guys know that I've been on vacation. I've been doing a lot of traveling, or at least I was doing a lot of traveling at the beginning of the year. So like, March was a very busy month for me. I went on a cruise, and then after the cruise, the very next weekend, I flew out to Chicago. It's so funny because I had actually posted something on my close friends, and I'll post it on the screen if I end up finding it in my archives, but it was just something along the lines of, I ain't got no kids, so I can travel and blah 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 blah.
You gotta understand, we live a totally different life. I don't have kids. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't have to go as hard. Like, I'm straight. I'm good. I'm more than good. So it's like, when I feel like it, I do, and when I don't feel like it, I don't.
Y'all, literally the next week I conceived. The next week I became preggo. It's just so crazy how life works. And it's just like crazy how I was talking all that smack and your girl is about to be pregnant in a couple days. Like, what do you mean I'm pregnant? Like, I just think it's so funny that I was running my mouth and then boom, I'm pregnant. And another thing is, like, at that time, I had became so much more consistent with the gym. I was working out every day, y'all. Like, the gym became a part of my schedule, a part of my daily routine. I don't want to say it was never a part of my routine before, because of course when I was an athlete in school it was, but it was like after school I kind of like grew distant from the gym, just because now we gotta work, now we got to take care of our own place, you know, stuff like that. More so of adult things that I kind of put like the gym on the back burner. But like during this time, or during this time period, I actually grew love for the gym again. And y'all, I'll insert pictures or videos that I have, because I was definitely tracking my progress in the gym. Like, your girl was trying to get this summer body right, okay? In a lot of those pictures and videos, I was pregnant. I was pregnant and I had no idea. Stomach flat as day, and the whole time it's a little baby here, it's a little nugget, it's a little bead growing inside of me. Y'all, I feel like I sound disgusting. So we're gonna go ahead and move out of the whole surprise phase. I know y'all probably like, girl, we get it, you're shocked, but you know what happens when A plus B equals C. Yes, y'all, I know. So we're gonna move out of that phase and more so into my pregnancy test experience. So obviously y'all seen the clip that I inserted of me, or the day that I actually took my pregnancy test. And I know the test that I showed you guys in that video was the clear blue digital test, and it literally says pregnant or not pregnant. Y'all, I should have took that test from the jump. I want to say I took at least 5 tests. The first test that I took was actually the clear blue digital, no, not the digital, it was a clear blue 2-line test, where it's 2 lines if you're pregnant, 1 line if you're not. Now y'all, when I took the clear blue line test, I did get 2 lines. I did get 2 lines, and that's the thing. But I was in denial, right? And I just feel like that second line, it was a little faint, y'all. Like, it wasn't enough confirmation for me. So I was just like, I have to take another test. I'm gonna show y'all the clear blue 2-line test, so y'all know I'm not tripping. Like, it was not enough confirmation. Maybe it's just in my head, but that second line was so faint. I was just like, I cannot go off of this. So I did end up going to get another test from Dollar Tree. Y'all, I know that they say Dollar Tree tests, they're so reliable because they're still pregnancy tests at the end of the day, and blah 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 blah. Dollar Tree told me that I was not pregnant. Okay, and had I took that Dollar Tree test and hadn't took any other test, I probably would have found out much later. Given that I wasn't having any symptoms either, so I took the clear blue 2-line test. That wasn't enough confirmation for me. I took the Dollar Tree test. That told me that I was not pregnant. And then finally I took the clear blue digital test, and that told me obviously that I was pregnant. It's only 2 options, baby. You pregnant or you're not pregnant. And I wish I would have went with that test from the very beginning, but your girl just wasn't really familiar with all the kind of tests that are out there, honestly. This is my first time ever taking a pregnancy test, ever having to take a pregnancy test. So it was just like, yeah, like, oh, okay. So the day that this video is posted obviously will be the day that everyone knows, everyone that cares to know will know loud and clear that I am pregnant. Of course, I did tell my family and friends. I just don't get how people keep that a secret, y'all. Before I actually became pregnant, like, I was always thinking, like, if I ever became pregnant, I'm not gonna tell anybody until I'm 9 weeks and all of this. And y'all know, like, when you find out that you're pregnant, you're so excited. Well, I'm not gonna say you're 100% excited. At least for me, I was like a little excited, I was a little nervous, I was a little like, I just had a lot of emotions going on. And it's just like something that you can't really keep to yourself, especially when you come from a loving family, you know what I mean? So I like spilled the beans so fast. I want to say that I kept it to myself for like 2 days without telling like my whole entire family. But after that, y'all, everybody knew. It was on the table at that point. I do want to say that when I took my pregnancy test, the first person that I did call was my boyfriend, of course. He was at work, so he couldn't answer. So I was like, okay, we'll talk later. We live together, you know, like, we'll talk later. So the next person that I called was my best friend. So I called my best friend and I was like crying, y'all. I'm crying on the phone. I'm like, I'm pregnant. I just found out I'm pregnant. And it was just like, I'm an emotional person. So it wasn't like I was sad. It wasn't like I was mad. It was just like, I am a person that just, I look at things way more than surface level, you know what I mean? So in my mind, it's like, I'm creating life, I'm carrying life, I'm having my own baby, I'm having my own family. Like, it's all of these things that are processing in my head versus I'm just pregnant. So I called my best friend and I was crying. I'm telling her that I'm pregnant, and she's like, she was trying to talk to me, but at the same time she had just got to work, so it wasn't really much talking that she could do, and I was understanding of that. So I was just like, girl, we'll talk later, I got more people to call. So we hang up or whatever, and the very next person that I call was my aunt, and I call her and I'm like bawling on the phone still. I'm still crying, child. My aunt was on vacation at the time, and I just felt so bad because it was like I was intruding on her vacation. But it's like, baby, we gotta talk. Your niece is calling. We gotta talk. I got some news. This ain't nothing that can wait, okay? So I'm talking to her, or I feel like I was talking to her. I'm not sure. I feel like I was crying, and she was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I gotta tell you something. And I think she was at the beach. Like, y'all, she was on vacation. She was literally like, hold on, let me step away from your uncle. Let me step away from your cousin. You know, so that we can talk. And my aunt was just so calming and reassuring, and it was like, that is what I needed in that moment, you know. So I'm just glad that I chose the right person to call, and not someone that would panic, or someone that would be like, oh, what you gonna do, you know, like people that are not as encouraging in that moment that they should be. Granted, I don't feel like any family member that I called would have been that way. It's just like, it was all new for me, y'all. I didn't know what other people's reactions were going to be. Granted, I do feel like I'm still in a headspace of trying to accept the fact that I'm grown. Like, I'm 24 going to 25 years old. Like, we're not in high school. Not only that, but my aunt is just someone that I feel like I can go to about anything, you know what I mean? Like, she is just my go-to girl. She's my go-to girl, okay? We have a very great bond, and we talk a lot about everything, and I feel like I could just like talk with no hesitations, no restrictions, just say exactly what I want to say and how I want to say it. So my aunt was able to calm me down. She was able to tell me what my next steps were, to set up my first appointment, to get my prenatals, to get my ginger, I think it was like ginger sweets or something like that, in case I became nauseous, because I didn't feel any nausea. Like, I haven't felt anything, y'all. So shout out to my aunt for that. I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because she was definitely there during a time in my life where, like, I just never seen it coming. I don't know, I just never seen it coming. Like, yeah, we're getting older, yeah, we're eventually going to create our own families, but I just never seen it coming for me. It was good to have her by my side and to let me know what the next steps were. So, and I know y'all probably like, girl, why wasn't your mom the first one that you called? Y'all, it was a mix of emotions. I didn't know if my mom was going to be disappointed. I didn't know if she was going to be happy. I didn't know how she was going to react. On top of that, it was also close to Mother's Day. Like, Mother's Day was going to be the next month. So I just had an idea to save it and tell her on Mother's Day as well. It was just like a whole bunch of ideas in mind that I didn't want to like jump the gun and tell my mom in case I decided to wait until Mother's Day, which is another story because your girl couldn't even wait a week, okay? So yeah, I was just in my head a lot, and I was really more so focusing on surprising my mom than anything. I just really like sentimental things. So yeah, that wasn't my first person that I wanted to tell. But I did eventually tell her like 2 to 3 days later after I told my aunt, and she was actually excited. Well, like, I wouldn't say excited. I feel like she was happy, but like my mom, she has very mild expressions. So it's like on a normal day, she got this face, and if she's excited, she has this face. She's a Capricorn, y'all, and if y'all know anything about Capricorns, y'all know that they don't really show too much expression. In my opinion, they hold it all in, and plus we were over the phone, so it was kind of like I couldn't see her face. I couldn't see her actual physical expression, so it was like I could really only go off of the tone of her voice, and it was just really calm. Like, oh, okay, like I knew it. I don't know why she said that she knew. She claims that she knew because I said that I was so tired. Like, during this time period, it was when I think we went back. No, we sprung forward an hour, so we had lost an hour of sleep, and I was really tired, y'all. But I was thinking that it was just that hour that we lost, or whatever the case may be. But my mom was like, no, I knew you were pregnant because you just kept saying that you were so tired, blah blah blah. And I'm like, mamas do know, like mamas do have that intuition where they know if their child is pregnant or not. So I just let her have it, but I was just like, baby, no, I was tired. So right after I told my mom, I told my dad. I actually called him on three-way, and we were all on the phone. And my mom was being quiet. I had her on mute just to see what my dad's reaction was. And my dad was acting weird, y'all. He was acting so weird. And if you think about it, it was just a lot for him to process. Like the fact that his baby girl is having a baby herself, it was a lot. And I could understand that, but it was just like that. I ain't got time to play. I got a whole list of people to call. Like, baby, I need you to wrap this up. Yes, your girl's having a baby. Yes, you have a grandchild on the way. Period. Like, it was the cutest, but it was like the most time-consuming reaction that I've ever experienced. Like, hello, dad, get with the program. Yes, your girl is having a baby. The one that you taught to ride her bike. The one that you taught to tie her shoes. The one that you taught to whip up some eggs. Yes, I'm having a baby. So yeah, those are just some key people that I wanted to highlight. Of course, I told everyone else after the fact, but I'm not going to go through every single reaction, just so that my family was overall happy. They were kind of shocked because I've always said that I wasn't going to have kids. Like, I don't want kids. I'm not going to have kids. And here I am pregnant. So I just feel like it was a shock more so than anything to everyone. And yeah, it is what it is. So I'm honestly blessed to say that I didn't have many symptoms. Like I said, I had no idea that I was pregnant, y'all. If my mom wanted to say me being tired was a great symptom to pay attention to, then cool, we could go with that. But as far as nausea, I didn't have any of that. I wasn't getting any acne at the time or any blemishes. I don't feel like anything really stood out to me. Like, and I try to think back on it to see if there's anything that I skipped over or that I missed, but literally nothing. Like, it seems like everything was normal. My boobs started to get a little sore or tender, like, eventually, but like from the start of it, I literally would have not known if I didn't take a pregnancy test. If it wasn't for Mother Nature not being on time, y'all, I literally would have had no clue. I would have been one of those girls that don't find out until they having a baby. Okay, y'all know those TV shows where it's like, I didn't find out I was pregnant until like I was in labor. That would have been me, because your girl literally had no clue. I don't know if my idea of pregnancy and at what rate or how fast things happen is just like a misconception, but I just had an idea that I should have been experiencing a lot more than just feeling like a normal human being. But yeah, I didn't really have too many symptoms at the beginning to give me a clue. However, once I confirmed that I was pregnant, then that's when things started to pop up for me. So for example, I did start to break out a little bit after that. I also became more hungrier. Y'all, I be eating like every 3 hours. That's a big jump for me. Like, I used to eat only once a day, and now I'm eating like 3 or 4 times a day. So that was a huge change for me. My lips started peeling. Now, I don't know if this has anything to do with me being pregnant, but my lips, like, they just started to peel. Like I said, that could have something to do with my pregnancy. It could not. But that was something that started to happen like once I confirmed that I was pregnant. So I was like, oh, this has to be something to do with it. Like, given that I wasn't having any nausea, I wasn't having any cramping, I wasn't having any spotting, like literally everything just appeared so normal for me. And still to this day, like, I don't have that many symptoms. Of course, my boobs are sore, like I said. I'm peeing a lot. But other than that, like, literally nothing. So I did go ahead and jot down a few tips to give to my women or my ladies that are in their first trimester or just recently found out that they're pregnant. And I would say that number one is to eat before leaving, y'all. Whenever y'all are about to leave the house, make sure you eat before you leave, because you're going to end up spending so much money, especially if you have an appetite like mine. Like I said, I'm eating like 3 times a day now. You'll save so much more money if you eat something at the house before you leave and go out. Another tip that I would say is to get things done while you have the energy. Y'all, during your first trimester, it is so tiring. Like, all you want to do is literally sleep. For my first time moms, like, you have to understand that your body is doing something that it has never done before. It makes sense why you're so tired, but it's also so exhausting, and it feels like you could never get anything done because you're just so sleepy. So like, anything that you need to get done that day, definitely do while you have the energy, because I feel like the remainder of your day is so unpredictable. You don't know when you're just gonna want to lay down or just want to take a nap or just don't feel like doing anything at all. So definitely just get things done while you have the energy. So my next tip is kind of like more so of a reminder, and that reminder is that every day won't be perfect. You're still living life, you know what I mean? You're just carrying a life at this point, but you're still going to experience the ups and downs of life, all while being pregnant. Y'all, that's a whole other story. Like, I feel like women are literally superheroes at this point, because how do we carry life, create life, and still go through life as a human being. Like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, we are incredible. Like, we're incredible as women. I'm gonna leave it at that. But definitely just take note that every day won't be perfect. There will be some days where you're feeling down. There may be some days where you feel like you're doubting yourself or you're not ready. It's an unknown space that you've never been in. So of course you're going to feel uncomfortable. Of course you're going to be worried. Of course you're going to be doubtful of some things. You know what I mean? So just a reminder that every day won't be perfect and that you're still living life while carrying life, and that's a part of being a woman. Pee before you go. If you're like your girl, I don't like using public restrooms, okay? So I like to use the restroom at my house before I leave, because you will be peeing a lot, especially if you're consuming the amount of water that you should be consuming during your first trimester, during life, but during your pregnancy and all. You need to be drinking a lot of water, okay? So you will be using the restroom quite frequently, as your bladder is tending to be more sensitive during your pregnancy. So you just want to make sure that you're just using the restroom before you leave, so that you don't have to make any stops. If you're going to be in the car driving, make sure you use the restroom. And yeah, simple. Now y'all, this tip is completely optional, of course. It was something that I've always wanted to do if I ever, you know, became pregnant. The very first thing that I did once I found out was I downloaded an app to track my growth while pregnant, track what stages I am at during this week of pregnancy, what my baby is doing, what my baby is developing, or how my baby is developing at that time or at that stage of life. So that was like the very first thing that I did after I called everyone. As soon as I had downloaded the app, I don't want to say exactly how many days I was at the time, because I could be wrong. I definitely inserted on the screen, y'all, but I don't think I was even a week yet. And it was just like such an emotional message. I have the picture, so I'm gonna read it to y'all. But y'all, like, it made me cry even more. Like, your girl was already bawling all day, and then it just made me cry so much more. Like, just seeing that sweet little message on that app. So it said, "My little heart is beginning to form. From now on, it will beat just for you. I'm so happy that I'm developing in your womb, and I hope that you are happy about it too." Y'all, I literally started crying all over again. Like, what do you mean your heart only beats for me? What do you mean you're so happy that you're in my womb? Like, that day was such an emotional day for me, y'all. And honestly, I know that I've always said that I was never going to have kids, but I knew that motherhood is something that I knew that I would enjoy, that I would be so excited about if it ever did occur. So I really wanted to include this segment of the video just because I feel like it's so crazy how life works. It's so mind-blowing to me that, like, you experience so many people in your life, right? Growing up, school, everything. Granted, I'm only 24 years old, right? I have not experienced so much more of life that there is out there. However, y'all, I couldn't have ever imagined that this person would be the father of my child. And I'm so happy to have this person be the father of my child. I'm so happy to, I'm just so happy that everything worked out and aligned in the way that it did. In this segment, I'm going to give you guys a little backstory, or love story rather, as to how I met my partner, or my child's father. So I've actually known my boyfriend since middle school, y'all. Middle school. Like, I've known of him since middle school. In the county that we live in, or that we grew up in, there's like a whole bunch of schools in the county. And I feel like I have to specify because in each state is different. I went to school in Florida and it was totally different from how schools are here. So I feel like I just have to say it. But in our county, it was just like a whole bunch of different schools. Maybe 12 to 13 schools in our county. And y'all know, like, of course you'll get to know other kids from other schools just by playing sports or social media. I feel like social media came around for us in about 7th grade. As far as Instagram. So of course you're following people from other schools that are in the same county or in the same area as you. So we were actually following each other on Instagram. I want to say we had each other on Snapchat as well. So we had each other on Instagram and Snapchat. We also both played basketball. So like at the times that our schools would play one another, for example, We would see each other at the games and stuff like that. So we always see each other around, whether it be social media or whether it be like at an athletic event or anything like that. We saw each other around often. We also had mutual friends, given that we all went to the same schools in the same county. So one day we're literally at a basketball game, and I think we were waiting to play because we were both on varsity at the time, and junior varsity was playing at the time. So we were waiting for that game to finish up before, you know, we got on the court. I'm gonna try to keep this story short and sweet, but we had a mutual friend at the time, and it all makes sense now because my boyfriend is a very, very shy person. But he had this mutual friend come over to me and ask me, you know, like for my number. It's so funny because this mutual friend of ours, he was known to be like not a serious person. Like he's just known for jokes, right? So like when he came over to me, he didn't tell me what my boyfriend wanted him to tell me. Like he told me something totally different. And I was just like turned off by what he had told me. And I was just like, like we ain't finna talk. Matter of fact, we ain't never finna talk because what is wrong with you? Turns out it was a total lie. Like it was something that he just said to be funny, to do a little prank or whatever the case may be. We were still in school, so of course we were just being kids. But from that point forward, he was just on the X list, y'all. Like I was not finna indulge in anything that he had going on. I was not finna talk to him. I was not, like, he was just on the no-go list. But of course we still had each other on social media. And y'all, I've always been a lover girl, so I've always been the type to be in a relationship. So it was like when he sent that mutual friend over to me at the game anyways, it was gonna be a no because I was in a relationship. Like, your girl is a lover girl, okay? I was always in a relationship. So after that, we just continued to follow each other on social media. He would check on me here and there. He would ask me like once a year, like, are you still in a relationship? And I would be like, yes, like, yes, yes, yes. And y'all, all of this was done on Snapchat. So I don't use Snapchat anymore, but I'm pretty sure I can still get into my account. So if I'm able to find the messages, I'll definitely insert them on the screen. But it was just like kind of like a check-in, or he would comment on my videos, on my pictures. But he would make sure that he checked in with me once a year, asking me if I was in a relationship or if I was single. Like, he was literally waiting for his turn. And honestly, looking back on it now, it was the cutest thing ever. But at the time, it was so annoying because I was in a relationship all the time. So it was just like, why do you keep asking me this when the answer is going to be the same every single time? So eventually he did stop asking, and then we did graduate from high school. So it was kind of like we went on to do our own things, you know. And I feel like at some point he wasn't even thinking about me anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure he had his own dealings. He was doing whatever he was doing. He actually went off to college to play basketball. So I'm pretty sure he had girls, okay? So we literally weren't thinking about each other anymore. We weren't seeing each other anymore like that. I feel like I really wasn't even seeing him on social media anymore, which is so crazy to me because eventually I did become single. And yeah, I became single, and I saw his story pop up on my timeline, y'all. And it's so crazy because I feel like when I was in a relationship, I didn't see his story. It wasn't something that was popping up for me. So like I said, eventually I did become single, and his story popped up on my timeline all of a sudden. And he had posted a little video. He was looking good or whatever. And I had swiped up on his video, and I had put like heart eyes. Now, y'all, at the time, I didn't have any intention on getting into another relationship. I had just got out of a relationship not too long ago, honestly, and it was just like, I was so tired of being in relationships and each one of them failing, to the point where I was just like, yeah, I just need to date around like people have been telling me to do. I just need to build my roster. So your girl was trying to build her roster. He was supposed to be somebody that was just on my roster, okay? So literally when I swiped up on his story, I did like some heart eyes, and he just said thank you, right? Like, so plain Jane, like no exclamation point, no heart, no nothing. It was just thank you. And I was like, oh, he must got somebody now. So I was just like, okay, whatever. I just left it alone. So then 2 days later, he actually like responded back on that same DM, and he was like, hey, are you trying to text, or like, what's your number, or something like that. So I gave him my number, and we started talking, y'all, and it was such an effortless click. Like, we stayed up on the phone until like 3 a.m 4 a.m that night, and y'all, the rest is history, honestly. Like, I would have never imagined that would have been my child's father. I was not studying him. And I feel like after a while, he was not stunting me either. But I truly believe in right person, wrong timing. I feel like I had a lot of growing to do. He probably had a lot of growing to do, I'm sure. And then we just came together at the perfect times. Yeah, so after we exchanged numbers, we were talking a lot, we were hanging out a lot. We weren't obviously boyfriend and girlfriend yet. We were just hanging out, and I just really didn't want to put a title on it, just because I was so tired of putting titles on things that failed. You know what I mean? I was so tired of putting titles on relationships that did not work out in the long run. So we were just enjoying each other's company, honestly. And like I said, I wasn't too focused on being back in a relationship. I was pretty much doing my own thing, y'all. I was living my single best life. I think after I had met him, like 2 weeks later, I flew out to Miami to go see my best friend. I hung out with her for the weekend. We went to clubs. I met other people. It was pretty much just like, I'm single, you're single, but we hang out type of thing. We actually only hung out maybe like once or twice before I flew out to Miami. So it wasn't like I had gotten to know him that much before I flew out to Miami. So I really wasn't like, I just really wasn't stunting him. And although I knew that I felt something different with him, like the first 2 times that we hung out, I just didn't want to reattach myself to anybody. So it's so crazy. The day that I flew back from Miami, it was actually Valentine's Day, y'all. And this was the first day that I actually, or the first Valentine's Day that I actually wasn't in a relationship. Like, I didn't have a Valentine. I was kind of sad, but I was also like, it's just a day, you know, it is what it is. But like, being on the airplane and just seeing everybody with their Valentine's stuff, people were flying in to, of course, surprise their significant other that they may have been doing long distance with, or that they just may be returning home. Like, it was just a sad day for me, y'all. And it was raining. So I finally made it home, and I was just like, I'm gonna sleep the whole day away. I'm just gonna sleep. So I got in my bed, and I'm like dozing off, and I get like a text. I want to say, no, I got a call. I got a call, and it was from him, and he was like, come downstairs. I'm like, come downstairs? Come downstairs for what? It took a while for me to be like, oh, okay, like, come downstairs. So I went downstairs, and he was there, y'all. He had all this Valentine stuff, bears, candy, cards, all the gifts, or whatever the case may be. And yeah, y'all, like, the rest is history. Like, pretty much, he stamped that day that I was gonna be his. And although it did take a while after that, I want to say it took 2 more months after that for us to actually make it official. We knew that we only wanted to be with each other. We enjoyed each other's company. We enjoyed each other's vibe. We enjoyed each other's intellect. Like, it was just such a effortless connection. So I'm just truly blessed and grateful to have him as a partner, as my child's father. Like I said, like, I honestly just couldn't feel any more grateful than I do. So I'm so excited for this journey with him. I'm so excited with this journey of myself, like just becoming a mother, going into motherhood, going deeper into womanhood. I'm just overall excited for this journey. To the man that makes life easier, to the man that loves me unconditionally, to the man that respects and values me and what we have. Who would have ever known that you would have been the father of my child? I'm more than grateful to have you as my partner, to have you by my side, and most importantly, to have you as my child's father. And I'm just so excited for this journey and to see what is in store for us and our family. So yeah, y'all, that pretty much wraps up this video. I'm so excited to take you guys along this journey with me. I will be doing so many videos tailored to motherhood, tailored to my experience. So just make sure that you guys stay tuned if you're interested. Today, like I said, I am in my 2nd trimester, and I am 4 months. Here is my little baby bump today, y'all. I'm just growing so much, and it's just such a cool thing to witness. I'm glad that we was able to make it through this video, child. Hopefully I don't sound too horrible, because my congestion is just off the charts. Hopefully you guys were able to bear through this video with me. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to click that subscribe button on your way out. And as always, I will catch you guys in my next video. Love you.